have this right here times 6 over 5. And there's another whole expression over here, 3 times negative 16 over 5 minus 4. There are two different expressions. There's this one right here, and there's this one right here. You work on each, and then you add them together. So what's that first letter in the order of operations? Pem, P. What's it stand for? So we need to do this one first. It's the innermost parentheses. So you have 31 over 6 minus 15 over 3. In order to subtract fractions, what do you need? Common denominator. What's the least common denominator going to be?
6.
6. So which one do we need to multiply by what?
15 over 3.
What do we multiply by?
2.
Over.
2.
You're allowed to do that because 2 over 2 is another form of... What is 2 over 2?
1.
1. If you multiply anything by 1, have you changed the value?
No.
No. So what does this turn into? 31 over 6 minus 30 over 6. What does that become? What's 30? 1/6. So this right here is what? 1/6. So then you end up with 1/6 times 6 over 5. Yes, everything that I say and everything that I write down goes up online. Yep. So you can multiply this, and some of you got this far and you ended up with 6 over 30, correct? And then you kept on getting bigger. Well, here's the thing. Do you see a 6 and a 6 there? What can you do with those two 6s, Aiden? Yeah, if the 6 on the top and bottom, you're going to end up with -2 times 1 over 5. So what does it turn into? -2 over 5. It's only multiplied across, not the bottom 2. Exactly.
So it would be...
So -2/5. And then you do a similar thing over here, and then you add them together. I'm not going to finish it. You're going to do it. On the first one, when you divide by a fraction, you already answered this question today. What happens when you divide by a fraction? So for example, let's say I had A over B over C over D. That's equal to what? Someone tell me what that's equal to. A over B times what? D over C. So that's equal to AD over BC, right? But here's the thing. You have two numbers here, -5 over 42 over 25 over 18. So what's that going to equal? What's that going to equal? -5 over times 18 over 25. You have to flip it over. Remember reciprocals? Now here's the thing. You do not just multiply here. If you just multiplied here, you're going to end up with a technically correct answer, but it's not going to be simplified. What do you have to do in order to simplify fractions? Common factors. Common factors. Now, for example, you did this, Aiden. What's a common factor on the top? What's the first one you see right there? What's the first number? Do you see a 5 as a factor down on the bottom? Yeah, so hold on a sec. You can cancel that out, and what does this become? 5. What about 18 and 42? What's one factor they share? 2. They're both even numbers. So what's 18 divided by 2? 9. And what's 42 divided by 2? 21. But then you keep going, and finish. So tonight, you'll have a video, and you need to do your corrections.